This video illustrates the installation of ceramic capacitors into the ETL1 circuit board. The first step is to verify values. These should be marked 223J, but refer to the printed documentation to be sure. What you don't want to do is grab these by the blue head to pull them out of the tape. Instead, clip them off. The leads are plenty long. These parts are not polarized, which means orientation is irrelevant. The manual shows which positions these go into. And these have kinked leads, which means that they basically hold themselves in place. You don't need blue tape to hold them down when you turn the board over for soldering. Clean and tin the tip of the soldering iron. Here I just tinned mine. I should have cleaned it first. Soldering proceeds as is typical. You will see on the fourth joint that I solder that the solder doesn't flow, and I hadn't noticed it at the time, but I can see in the video what happened is I was holding the iron at the outside edge of the solder pad. That's why the pad didn't heat up, and that's why the solder didn't flow. But what you'll see is the fix is that I just pulled the heat away and then repositioned. And that's a good takeaway. If you're at a position where the solder isn't flowing, don't just hold the heat on for a longer time and assume that that's going to eventually work. Instead, pull the iron away, clean it, maybe tin it again if necessary, and then reposition. Make sure that the iron is up against the component leg and on the solder pad. When trimming leads, always cover the piece of metal so it doesn't fly away and hurt somebody. And then inspect all the solder joints to make sure that they look good.